So, how am I rebuilding my life at 37? So, at 37 years old, I realized something. I realized something dangerous. Let me get close. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. Let me get locked in. We gotta talk, y'all. We gotta talk. I realized something. Something dangerous. A lot of people stop growing, and they start to stop push themselves mentally, because the energy's not as good, or you got to work a little bit harder, right? You got to work a little bit harder, and so you kind of get set in your ways, and you think everything's kind of going well, and so there's some things you stop doing. You stop challenging yourselves physically, because you kind of already have like lived some good life. You're still young, but you kind of start living life already. I mean, you already lived it, so things kind of get settled down, and you get comfortable, and you slowly become the smaller version of yourself, a smaller version of what it used to be. And I made a decision. I refuse to settle anymore. I refuse. Like that's done. No more settling. So this year, I decided to rebuild my life, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. And now I'm publicly documenting this journey that I'm on now. Like, I put together a plan, and I am still editing that plan. But we doing something different, this year. And I'm utilizing the technology and the knowledge that I've gained and my spirituality with God, and I'm putting all that stuff into one, and we're going to attack it, right? So why I started? For a long time, I was pouring energy into everybody else, right? And with work, responsibility, just like life in general. And somehow like in the middle of that, I think I stopped prioritizing like me. Like I start to lose focus on like on Lamar, right? And so I got comfortable in like routines, and you know and the things that I got comfortable in, they won't help me grow. But like when you do certain things so much, like you don't necessarily see that change, right? And that's and when I looked at myself, I'm like, look, nothing's changed, man. And it hit me hard. It hit me hard. And the truth is, right, most people know what they need to do, and they don't do it consistently. Like, you start to get into this routine, you start to move, you start to do things, right? You got your routine going, but you don't know that you becoming that smaller part of yourself, right? And so now you kind of get into this thing, and by the time you look up, you like, who is that? Like, you don't start to recognize who that person is. And that's kind of like where the weight journey, started. Like right there, like I looked in the mirror and I'm like, man, who was this dude? I'm looking at 287. I weigh myself. 287. And even before that, it was like 270. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna change. All right, 275. Like, dang, I'm gonna do this. And all right, 280. All right, I got to check it out. 287. I'm like, whoa, what the heck? And then like I'm 287. I'm not sleeping as well. I'm when I walk, I can only walk like certain periods, for my back starts to hurt. Right? I'm like, man, like I never been like it's never been like that before. I'm like, dang, like who am I? Like, Lamar I've never been like that before. I never been there. And I'm like, I gotta make a change here. Like, you want a wife, you want You want kids. You want to be the best uncle. You want to be able to run. You gotta get that. Back in the day, they used to call me Body Boy because I had my abs back. Like I I was that guy. And then when I look in the mirror, I'm like, you're not that guy no more. And reality hit hard. So then, you know what? Came home to South Bend and started having a conversation with my dad, and he was like, "Hey, look, Lamar, like you gotta make a change." I'm like, "I am gonna make a change. I decided myself I'm gonna make a change." And so then we kind of like put a plan together, and I got with a trainer, and I start praying and really got dedicated, and things really start to change. I changed my eating habits. I pushed myself mentally every day, which that is a more consistent thing now. I'm more on my own, but like those first 5 months, like from in the middle of January to let's say about the middle of April, like I got with my trainer, I started doing things on my own. And I'm like, all right, I'm with her every day, and like, look, we running it, we running the play, right? Here's the play. We working out like twice a day. I'm running on my own, and then in the evening she got me, and then like we getting it in, and then I'm on that scale every day, and I'm looking at it, and like the first conversation we had was like, okay, what's your motivation? And I said, well, you know what, my sister has a wedding coming up in April, and so I want to kind of get down for that. Now this is January, and she said, hey, that's cool, but that's not going to be sustainable, right? You got to do something more that's stronger. And so then I started thinking about, okay, all right, I got nieces and nephews that be at the house a lot. Like when they come here, they're like, okay, Uncle L's exercising, right? I got them, they come over here, they try to like lift weights with me. They want to jump on the treadmill with me, right? And then I say, you know what, if I have my family, I want to be in shape because my dad was in shape, when he had us. And so we were out there running, we was lifting, we was doing what we was doing, whatever. And so that kept my mentality. So I'm like, okay, whenever I have a family, I want them to be doing the same thing. But I got to get ready now. I have to get ready now, because whenever that time comes, whatever, I don't have to get ready because I'm already planning it, right? And so I told myself that's what I want. I want it for my family. I want it for myself, right? And I want it for my future family. And then I know, because of the leader I am, once I start doing it, then the people around me start doing the same thing, right? So start doing that. I told myself I want to lose weight. I told myself I want to get healthier, and I became deeper in that. And because I did that every day, I chose discipline, and my discipline helped me drop almost 50 pounds. And now I went from 287 to now I'm like 242, somewhere between 242 and 245. It ranges right now, whatever. I got to set my discipline up, because I start the cross. I'm getting a little more comfortable, but that's where I'm at right now. And so now I'm like, all right, we gotta keep going. So every workout matters, every decision matters, every time I show up and I don't like it, that matters. Every time you show up and you don't feel like it, that matters. So now what's the next thing? So I'm getting my life back out. First, I had an introspection, had a look at myself. I didn't like the guy, make the change. Then I want to start with my health, getting better, clothes fit better, health's got better, back doesn't hurt, I can walk longer now, breathing is a lot better, I can sleep like how I want to, all that. Okay, we good now. Health is getting better. I'm slimming down. Not where I want to be at, but we getting it, right? Okay, cool. Now come the business life, right? My contract is up with the company that I'm at. All right, I want to get business on my own. So I spent years in business and sales, building relationships, working with companies, closing deals, helping people learn and me learn as well, right? I'm putting people in position, and I'm also in a position to put people, right? That's a different type of power right there, right? And so one thing I learned is this: success usually comes down to consistency. It's not talent necessarily. It's not luck. It's not motivation. It's who can do it consistently. You can only go so far with talent. You can only go so far with luck. You can only go so far with other people motivating you. But it's consistently who can keep showing up to work day after day after day after day, month after month, who can keep putting points up on the board. And that was me. So most people, they end up quitting too early. Most people stop before the momentum even starts, right? Most people let fear talk them out of being successful, right? Because, when you start to get up and up, when you start to make more money, they start giving you more responsibility. Now you as an individual seller, now you got a store. Now you got 3 stores. Now you got 10 stores. Now you got 20 stores, right? Okay, now that you do that, how can you do it again? All right, can you train people, right? Can you put these people in position, right? Can they learn what you learn, right? Now, okay, we know you can close. Can you teach them how to close? Can you assist with that? Can you copy yourself in each one of these stores? Can you be that man? We know you're him, but can you make other hymns? Can you be a king maker? That's the things that I started to put into play, because that's what I was. That's who I am at my core. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna take a step out on faith, and I'm gonna do that for myself. And so right now we're gonna be in the transition, which you guys are kind of seeing some of that with this content, and also you're gonna be seeing with my Total Tech Now business, with me being a reseller. So you guys are gonna be seeing some of that, and you're gonna be seeing the content as well. So we putting those two things together, and this is part of my journey. Like, again, I'm saying that I'm going to be. This is my journal. This is my video journal of this whole journey. So now, this is the message to the people who feel stuck. This whole thing, right? If you're watching this right now and you feel stuck, I want you to listen carefully. You are not finished. Your current situation is not your final form. You are in process. You are in a transition. There's levels to everything. Whether you're down and you need to go up, or whether you are at a plateau, right? You're not going to be stuck there. There's still places for movement. You just can't see it yet, right? Nobody can want your future more than you. I'm going to say that again. Nobody can want your future more than you. You have to make a decision. And you got to make a real decision. Not temporary motivation, not hype, not an inspiration for one day, 1 week, a month. This is something that you have to instill this in you. This has to become a part of your DNA, whatever this decision might be. A decision that you're going to become better no matter what it is, and no matter how uncomfortable you get. This is a decision that you have to make. Now, what is this whole channel going to be about? This channel is about real growth, about real people, real stories, real life. Not fake motivation, not rented lifestyles, no pretending whatsoever. All these stories that you're going to hear on this channel, all this stuff is real. It's real discipline, it's real transformation, and it's real rebuilding. I'm documenting this journey while I become the man I am capable of becoming. I'm becoming the man that I know that I am. And you're going to be on this journey as well. You are in the right place at the right time. If you listening to this video, you are in the right place at the right time. This is only the beginning. We are building discipline. We are building confidence. We are building strength in our mentality and physicality and spirituality as well. Don't forget that last one, spirituality as well. One day at a time. Subscribe to LarryMotivates channel, and let's grow together. I'm going to be here. How about you?